It is 8 p.m. on a Sunday. You are sitting on your couch, staring at a screen, doing absolutely nothing. There is no immediate crisis, no urgent email demanding your attention. You should be resting, but deep down, beneath the surface of the silence, there is a low-frequency hum of anxiety, a subtle, creeping guilt, a voice whispering that you are falling behind. You should be learning a new skill. You should be optimizing your morning routine. You should be building a side hustle, reading a self-help book, or at least organizing your schedule for the next month. You are not allowed to just exist anymore. Every waking second must have an ROI, a return on investment. If you are not growing, you are decaying, or so they tell you. Welcome back to Proxy Reality. Today we are looking at the modern religion of the 21st century, toxic productivity. We are going to dismantle the cult of the hustle and expose how your fundamental human desire for progress has been hijacked, commodified, and turned into a psychological prison. You think you are optimizing your life, but in reality, you are just preparing yourself to be a more efficient cog in a machine that does not care about you. Let's look at the crime scene. Open LinkedIn or Instagram and you will find them. The digital preachers of the hustle gospel, the life coaches, the tech bros, the self-proclaimed visionary entrepreneurs. They wake up at 4 a.m., they take ice baths, they drink biohacked coffee, they meditate for precisely 12.5 minutes before writing a thread on how sleep is a luxury for the poor. Look at the language they use. Crush it. Grind. No days off. Sleep when you are dead. It sounds like the vocabulary of a war zone, not a workplace. We have normalized a state of perpetual psychological warfare against our own bodies. They frame exhaustion as a badge of honor. If you are not burning out, you are not trying hard enough. But let's pause and look at the actual data. Studies from the World Health Organization show that working more than 55 hours a week increases the risk of stroke by 35% and dying from ischemic heart disease by 17%. The hustle culture is not a blueprint for success. It is quite literally a medical hazard, yet society applauds it. We scroll past a post of a CEO bragging about working a 100-hour week, and we hit like. We have been conditioned to admire our own exploitation. Think about how insidious this is. In the past, exploitation was forced upon you by a cruel boss or a harsh factory owner. There was a clear enemy. Today, the enemy is inside your own head. You have internalized the boss. You are the one holding the whip, forcing yourself to work later, sleep less, and feel guilty for every single moment of downtime. You have become both the slave and the master, running on a treadmill that has no finish line, all while smiling for a selfie to post online. How did we get here? To understand the trap, you have to look at the money. In the late 20th century, productivity and wages grew together. If a worker produced more, they earned more. It was a simple mathematical social contract. But then, something broke. Sometime around 1979, the lines diverge. Technology improved, computers arrived, the internet connected the globe. Corporate productivity skyrocketed by nearly 60%, but the wages of the average worker completely stagnated. The extra wealth generated by this massive spike in efficiency didn't go to the people doing the work. It went to the shareholders. It went to the executives. So corporations faced a problem. How do you get people to keep working harder, to keep optimizing, to keep generating more profit when you are no longer paying them for the extra effort? You cannot use money anymore. So, you have to use psychology, you change the culture, you invent passion. Suddenly, a job wasn't just a way to pay the bills, it was your calling, it was your family. Corporations started using words like purpose and mission, and if you are truly passionate about your mission, you don't mind answering emails at 11 p.m., do you? You don't mind taking your laptop on vacation. You do it for the hustle. You do it for the grind. They successfully convinced an entire generation to willingly exploit themselves and to feel proud of it. This cultural shift created a massive vacuum, and a new industry rushed in to fill it. The productivity industrial complex. Because if you are constantly feeling behind, you need tools to catch up. We are sold an endless stream of applications, planners, and frameworks. Pomodoro timers, habit trackers, minimalist journaling methods, complex Notion templates that look like spaceship control panels. The promise is always the same. If you just find the perfect system, you will finally achieve balance. You will finally be enough. But the system is a mirage. You spend 3 hours color-coding your tasks for the week, feeling a massive spike of dopamine. You feel productive. But you haven't actually accomplished anything. You are just doing the administration of your own life. You have become your own middle manager, constantly auditing your own existence. This is the ultimate victory of toxic productivity. It has turned the act of living into a series of key performance indicators. You don't have hobbies anymore. You have side hustles. You don't have a diary. You have a data-driven daily review. You are tracking your sleep, your steps, your calories, your reading time, turning your human experience into a spreadsheet. And who is enforcing this spreadsheet mentality? The modern digital guru. The internet is flooded with influencers selling you the secret to a $10,000 a month passive income, provided you buy their course. They sit in rented sports cars and tell you that if you are poor, tired, or unhappy, it is entirely your fault. It is a failure of your mindset. This is toxic positivity weaponized for profit. It ignores systemic inequality, economic inflation, and the fundamental human need for rest. It isolates you. If you fail, the system isn't broken. You are broken. You didn't manifest hard enough. You didn't optimize your morning routine correctly. So you buy another book. You download another app. You subscribe to another masterclass. The industry feeds on your inadequacy. Your perpetual feeling of not being enough is the engine that keeps their billion-dollar machine running. Let's talk about the gig economy and the monetization of joy. Remember when people had hobbies just for the sake of having hobbies? You painted poorly, you played guitar out of tune, you baked bread that was too dense. It didn't matter. The value was in the act itself. Toxic productivity has destroyed this. Now, if you are good at something, society demands that you monetize it. If you bake bread, you should open an Etsy shop. If you play video games, you should stream on Twitch. If you have an opinion, you need a podcast. We have been brainwashed into thinking that an activity is worthless unless it generates capital. The psychological toll of this is devastating. When every hobby becomes a side hustle, you have no escape. Your downtime becomes work time. You are never off the clock. And when you are constantly on the clock, decision fatigue sets in. You are so obsessed with making the right choice, the most optimized choice, that you end up paralyzed. You spend an hour looking for the most highly rated productivity method instead of just starting the task. You are optimizing your way into complete stagnation. So, what is the way out? How do you escape the cult of the hustle? You have to do something radical. You have to reclaim your right to do absolutely nothing, not as a life hack to recharge for more work, not as a meditation technique to boost your focus, but doing nothing for the pure, unapologetic sake of it. Rest is not a reward you have to earn by being productive. It is a biological and psychological necessity. The next time you feel that guilt creeping in on a Sunday evening, recognize it for what it is. It is not your voice. It is the programming. The system wants you exhausted, anxious, and constantly striving. To simply sit on your couch, staring at the ceiling without guilt, is an act of rebellion. The machine cannot monetize your peace. Welcome to Proxy Reality. Subscribe to stay awake, and then go do absolutely nothing. The choice is yours.